Breakfast may or may not be one of the most important meals of the day, but it can be one of the most delicious. Today we're making pancakes. Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're doing well, hope you're healthy. Today we are making low carb pancakes. So this is continuing on in the vein of alternative breakfasts for people who are on keto and low carb. Now, like a lot of our low carb recipes, the main things that we're doing here is we're replacing the wheat flour with a combination of almond flour and coconut flour. And we're also replacing sugar. So instead of sugar, we're using erythritol, and erythritol is much lower on the glycemic index, and the erythritol itself nets out to 0 net carbs. Hope you're enjoying our videos. Hey, if you haven't seen a few of them, we're gonna put some links. You know what, I'm gonna put a link up here to one of our other breakfast recipes. Hope you've been enjoying them. If you have, why not click subscribe and become part of what we're doing, and YouTube will let you know when we put our videos out. Okay, into it. So this is a nice sort of a fluffy pancake. It's not too fluffy, it's got a bit of substance to it, but it's not crepe, it's a proper pancake. Now we're gonna start with 100 grams of almond flour. Now for this recipe, I actually want this almond flour to be a little finer than I would normally buy it. We generally just buy ground almond and use that. And although it would work for this recipe, it's just a little bit of a nicer texture. So what I've done is I've put it in a spice grinder. You may have a spice grinder or a coffee grinder at home. I've put it in there for like 8 to 10 seconds and it comes out much finer. So there it is, 100 grams of fine almond flour. Next we have some coconut flour, 25 grams of coconut flour, and that just goes straight in there as well. Okay, our next dry ingredient is erythritol, and it's 25 grams of dried erythritol. 25 grams of erythritol. Oh, there is one more dry ingredient, and that is baking powder. Now, as always, we're using a gluten-free baking powder just to make sure we're not getting additional starches or that sort of thing, and it's just a teaspoon of baking powder. And we'll just give that a quick stir to combine and sort of get that mixing already. Brilliant. So now we move on to our wet ingredients. We have got 5 eggs. One, 2, 3, 4, and one more. Next we have almond milk. Now make sure it is unsweetened almond milk, and we're putting in 1/3 of a cup. Then it is 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Make sure it is sugar-free. That can be a generous teaspoon, that one. And our last ingredient is 60 grams of softened butter. And we'll just mix that through. And I'm just gonna finish it off with the hand beater just to make sure it gets some air in there. So we've got a nice smooth batter, and look at that, it's no lumps, beautiful. Now, if you wanted this super fluffy, I guess you could separate the egg yolk from the egg whites and beat the whites to a soft peaks and then fold it through this, but this is great. Okay, we're gonna start cooking these now. We are cooking today in ghee. For those unfamiliar with ghee, it's like clarified butter. It's butter where they've taken all the proteins out, which is usually what causes it to burn so early, but it gives it a higher smoking point, and it is nice to cook in. So here we go. We've got a little bit of ghee going into the pan there. It's probably a bit too much actually, but look at that, clarified butter. Yeah. Now I don't know if it's in everyone's house or if it's just ours, but the first pancake's always bad. Do you guys get that? Let's see if I can buck that trend today. Here we go. Lovely. It's probably a bit too much in the pan there, but you get the idea. So you can see already it's starting to cook up around the sides there. We'll wait for it to start bubbling a bit more in the center, just like cooking pancakes any other way. Yeah, a bit overdone there. Oh, yum though. All right, so I'll work on the temperature of the pan, but that is lovely. You can see it's nice and fluffy in the middle there. Probably do them a bit smaller, but we'll keep cooking. All right, I am going to go on to cook a few more of these, but I won't keep you watching while I do that. There's a short stack there. Serve that with a few strawberries, a few blueberries would be good as well, and a bit of cream if you like that. There you go, keto low carb pancakes, fluffy pancakes. If you have enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you try this recipe, let us know in the comments down below. Look out for next week's video. Thanks everyone, and we'll see you next time.